We're back for another update. Let's take a look at XRP over here. Very bullish on XRP. The reason for that is because I think that we're currently within our larger third wave to the upside. Going back here to January 2023, we had a 5-wave move to the upside with the 5th wave coming towards the 1.236% extension. Now, the 1.236 is a common target for a 5th wave, especially when you have an ascending broadening wedge or a leading diagonal. The 5th wave likely extends towards that 1.236, which we did over here back in July 13th, 2023. Right, so this over here would be considered your wave 1, and then you have a WXY correction for your wave 2, which lasted a little bit over 1 year. Okay, you see how long this wave 2 lasted? Okay, going a little bit over 1 year, right? 350 plus days. And this wave 2 perfectly came down towards the 78.6% fib. You guys see that over here? You see how we perfectly came down to this 786? And then we saw a very violent advance towards the upside. This violent advance over here was our sign that this low at 38 cents was our bottom. Okay? This over here was likely our wave 2 bottom. So what you have over here is your wave 1 to the upside going back to January 2023 up to July 2023. Okay, this was your wave 1. Wave 1 is finished. Then you had a wave 2, which lasted a little bit over 1 year. And then you had a violent advance to the upside after wicking towards the 786. So it looks like we're currently still within our larger third wave to the upside. We're just grinding out all of these subwaves. Okay, now within this chop and grind, you're going to have a lot of confusion in the market. And I'll show you what I mean by that when we scale down to the small time frame. So I'll just make this red so you can differentiate between the waves a little bit better, right? So this is our wave 2 over here, and now we're still within our macro wave 3 to the upside. Okay, we're just grinding out these subwaves, coming down to the 4-hour time frame over here, back to July 5th. This over here, right, is your 5-wave move to the upside. Okay, and then you have your 3-wave move down, but then we only have a 3-wave move up from there. You guys see this? And then we started to stall and make lower lows or lower highs, right? This is your ascending channel. And we've broken below it. Okay, so we're currently in the short term trending down, but this over here, right? This could be a wave 1 and this could be a wave 2, and now we're working on our third wave to the upside. But in order to confirm that this over here is our low, we would need 4-hour closure back above the 78.6% fib sitting at 0.6207. Okay, if XRP bulls can manage to get a 4-hour closure back above 0.6207, then we can say, okay, yeah, this over here is the bottom. This was just a fake out, and now we're going to continue our move to the upside. However, you must be cautious over here, because as long as we remain under this ascending channel resistance and this 0.6124, 0.6207 region, then it's likely we're going to see a little bit more of a complex correction. Okay, what I mean by that is that this is your A, this is your B, and then you have a C wave down. Okay, it looks something like this. Okay, and then this C wave would come towards the 702.786, sitting at around 49 to 47 cent. And this over here would be a WXY correction. So this is your W, this is your X, and then you have your Y wave right over here. Okay, and then this over here would be your wave 1, and then this is your wave 2 before you have a wave 3, 4, and 5 of your third wave. So right now, if we zoom out, your macro wave 1 is completed over here. Our macro wave 2 is completed, right? And now we're currently within our larger macro wave 3 to the upside. Okay? Within that larger macro wave 3, we have completed our wave 1, which is right over here. Okay? And we've completed our wave 2 of 3. And we're completing our wave 2 of 3. Okay? Likely come down to this trend line support over here. Okay, you see how we're just kind of contracting here within this ascending triangle like pattern. Okay, you also have a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders pattern over here as well. This would be your left shoulder, right? This would be your head, and then you have your right shoulder over here before you see that slingshot to the upside above your neckline. Okay, now if we do come down here towards this trendline support at the 702.786, it's likely we'll go ahead and rally back towards this trendline, this horizontal trendline resistance, sitting at 0.6436. See a little bit of a check back, right? Your partial decline before continuing higher. Okay, so something like that. But so far going forward, what XRP bulls would want to see here is a 4-hour close back above 0.62136. Sorry, 0.6136 and 0.6218, so we can confirm that this is our bottom over here and that we're going to continue up for our expansion. Otherwise, if we can't do that, then it's likely our subwave 2 of 3 correction is not done. Okay, and we would likely come down to this trendline support over here. Okay, and I found all of these fibs on the logarithmic scale. Okay, so thinking about something like this for our wave 2, right? Just color code these waves so you guys can see everything a little bit better. Okay. Right. Wave 1 completed. Wave 1 completed. A year-long wave 2, over a year long, with a wick down towards the 786. And now we're within our larger wave 3 to the upside. Within that larger wave 3, it looks like we've already completed our wave 1, right? And it looks like we're just working on a wave 2 of 3. We're also forming a bullish inverted head and shoulders pattern, with this being your left shoulder, this being your head, and then this over here we would come down for a right shoulder before you see that continuation up. You may see an advance towards horizontal resistance, a partial decline, and then continuation up out of this contracting pattern that we have going on over here. Okay, so definitely don't FOMO in. Always DCA, so you can save yourself from the possibility of the price coming down towards any of these lower fibs. Okay, so the main point of interest here would be at 0.4868 to 0.4711 at the 702 and 786, but here are the other fibs that you must be aware of as well. Okay, these are all the fibs, and it's likely you would come down below this low here, sitting at 0.5477, okay, to take out that sell side liquidity. May see a little bit of a pop down there, little bit of a check back, and then more down from there to go ahead and reach this trendline support that we've been using since July 5th. Okay, so you can see a reversal at any of these fibs, but knowing how XRP operates over the years, it likes to come down towards the 702, 786. So I'm looking at 0.4868 to 0.4711, and then we see that, and then we see the engine starting to really ramp up from there. Okay, so everything looks good with XRP. just consolidating over here. Going forward, what XRP bulls would want to see is a 4-hour closure back above 0.6218, so we can confirm this is the bottom, and then we're going to continue our rise higher. Okay. We also have Wyckoff accumulation here. Now, this Wyckoff accumulation has been going on a little bit over 2 years now. Okay, so this is our Wyckoff accumulation. We'll go on the 2-day time frame over here. And this is textbook Wyckoff accumulation. We have our selling climax, right? You have your automatic rally, your secondary test, your failed breakout, your secondary test in phase B, and then your move up to the top of the range, right? Because this is the top of your range over here, right? This is the bottom of your range. Then you have a move down to mid-range, right? You see how we got squeezed? Last point of support, last point of support. Then you go in for your sign of strength when Ripple has its victory against the SEC in court. And then you have your backup phase in the form of a WXY correction going on a little bit over 1 year. So within this 2-year long accumulation, we've been within this backup phase for a little bit over 1 year. Okay, so time versus price really does matter, right? Backup phase is finished right at the 78.6% fib right over here. And now we're grinding out our phase E, or what I like to call point of no return. Okay, so we've been accumulating at these lows for a little bit over 2 years now, right? So it wouldn't make sense for XRP to just dump from here. Okay, you usually see that when you have ranges at the top. So when you have a range at the top, right, it would likely mean that this would be distribution, right? When you have a range at the bottom, it would likely mean that that's accumulation, right? But within that range, there's going to be a lot of market participants pulling their hair out because they're unable to decipher what's going on or what the composite operator is trying to do, right? They're just trying to accumulate at these pivot points, and they're using trading bots to get the job done on their end. So going back to XRP over here, like I said, I do think that this wave 2 is done here at 38 cent, and now we're working on our larger third wave to the upside. But don't be surprised if we see chop within this pattern, within this ascending triangle pattern that we have going on over here, and a possible flush down towards the 0.4868 to 0.4711 region. Going forward, XRP bulls would want to get 4-hour closure back above 0.6218 to confirm that we're going to continue to rise up from here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Peace out and take it easy. See you in the next one.